Hi. Yes, I am Bob Carreon, full name Bob James Carreon. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so old, right? I graduated college in 2003, and then I graduated with BS Economics, and then I graduated with my master's degree in 2016, both in the De La Salle University. The only school I've ever taught in would be Southville. I started with SISC, Southville International Schools and Colleges. I think that was 2014. I think end of quarter of 2014. So I've been doing this for the past 6 years. And then one of the economics professor in CISFU resigned all of a sudden in the middle of the term, and they couldn't find anyone to teach economics. So they said, who can we bully to teach in CISFU? So they said, okay, we only know one person who graduated economics, so let's call in Sir Bob. So that was about almost 4 years ago, and that's how I started in your school. Aside from teaching, learning is really my passion. I really like to learn. I really like to research on things. You know how kids always ask questions? Like they're always curious about something. Like, why is it like this? Why is it like this? They're very irritating sometimes. I've never lost that side of me. So my first passion is really learning. And then the second passion comes to teaching what I learn. As I don't know who said it, when you learn, you have to teach. And when you get, you have to give. So that's always one of my mantras in life. Mine is always make things simple. I always feel like, I don't know if you've had this professor who likes to make things difficult for students. Like the professor thinks that, if students are having a hard time, it means I'm doing a good job. If students have bleeding nose or they're having a headache, I don't like that. I like to make things simple for students. I'm always the type of professor who feels as if students didn't get the lesson, then I didn't do a good job. And it bothers me the whole night until I see them. And then I'll try to figure out how to explain it further. But another thing that's quite different from me, other than the students, the people that I think of first would be the parents or whoever is sending the students to school. Because I know how my parents struggled to send me to school because I was born in a poor family. So I know how difficult it is when parents have to work, both my parents work, to send their kids to school. So every time that I'm teaching, I always think, did the parents get their money's worth in this lesson? So that's always something that I always think of, not only the students, but also the people who work hard to send you to school. The most important thing about being a teacher is that your legacy is with all the students who learn and who you inspired, hopefully. Number one, the pros of it, critical thinking, we like the pros and cons. The pros of it is that it's more convenient. We get to do it anytime. And especially me, I have a business that I have to take care of. And having a business in this time of pandemic has become challenging. So because of the Zoom calls, I am able to balance my time with work outside of CISFU and then my teaching life at the same time. One of the cons for it, I already said, it's difficult to figure out if students are really learning or paying attention. It comes naturally to me that I am always 100% energetic in class. As much as I am an introvert, I really love public speaking. I really love having an audience. That's where I get my motivation from. And at the same time, I value the money that your parents or anyone who sent you to school. So I have to work hard for them also. Another is I really want you to learn. Even if you just got one lesson from me for the entire term, that's enough, right? If that's going to make you wiser, more worldly, once you get off of CISFU, that's also enough motivation for me. And another thing, despite the fact that I am introvert, I love multitasking. I cannot do one job. I have work, and then I have school, and then I have other things in life. If I could have another job, I would have, because I do not like doing one task only. This keeps me motivated because I get to do something else aside from my business. Wow, to those who I've ever taught, number one, I really hope you or everyone else who I've taught really learned something from me. something that you can apply, especially, and I know a lot of the students would have observed this, that I am passionate when it comes to topics dealing with economics. That's something that, other than that's my undergraduate degree, it's also something that I feel is very practical. That's why I love teaching economics, because it's something that you can use. So really, my message is, I hope whatever you've learned from me with regards to economics or business, it's something that you're applying and you're able to actually teach other people. Another message that I have for my students is, you know how kids, such as you guys, your ages, you like to follow your passion right away, and there's nothing wrong with that. As a kid, you always want to follow your passion. But sometimes what we forget is we have other needs in life. Not everyone is well off. Sometimes you are expected to help your family. And sometimes your passion will not be able to provide much for your family. So before you start following your passion, before you start, maybe I don't know what your passion is, being a celebrity or being what have you, right? The first thing you need to do is to help your family first. If your passion is not able to do that, then earn a lot of money, help your family, and once you've done that, follow your passion after. In simplicity, you have to do what you have to do first. So afterwards, you can already follow what you want to do in life. For the co-teachers, the thing I like about CISPO and Southville in general, we have a very nurturing kind of environment, something I've never experienced in all the schools I've studied in the past. So to my colleagues, to my co-teachers, continue nurturing the students. Continue taking care of their feelings other than nurturing their brain, other than making them learn new lessons. Continue taking care of them, because when you're taking care of students, it shows them how being compassionate is. And when you nurture and when you have students who are also compassionate, then they become more successful in life. Oprah Winfrey once said, the key factor to being successful in life is not with your mind. It's not because of your intellect, not because of your IQ. It's your ability to be compassionate or to be able to actually empathize what other people are feeling. As I've said, be careful what you wish for. Teaching is devotion. It requires a lot of energy. And teachers together with nurses are the most underpaid and overworked citizens of this country. So if you're struggling financially, teaching may be something that you want to reflect that if you really want to pursue it. But the great thing about teaching, and I guess this is my message to anyone who wants to be a teacher or professor in the future, there's nothing more gratifying, there's nothing more satisfying when you actually see students learn from you. And if that's something that you want to pursue, despite the fact that it has its own challenges and it's not financially rewarding, seeing those eyes sparkle when they actually learn a lesson, it's enough. It's enough to push you through to becoming a teacher for many years to come. So kudos to all those who want to be teacher. It's difficult, it's challenging, but at the same time, satisfying and rewarding when you see your students succeed in life. My super idol since I was a kid, Tom Cruise. I also like Sarah Paulson. I don't know if you know who she is, from American Horror Story. And then I also, of course, right? Why wouldn't you want to have a Meryl Streep in any movie you would want to do? I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So if Daniel Radcliffe can actually portray me in my movie, that would be fantastic. I love horror movies, but it's definitely not going to be a horror movie. I would like it to be more, could not put my life in a specific genre, but really the first part of my life, maybe the first part of the movie may be more dramatic and inspirational, and then the second part will be more light-hearted and comedic. Normally, of course, obviously, we like popcorn, we like French fries. But now, because I'm on a diet due to my thyroid disease, no, because I have a thyroid disease that makes me gain weight despite the fact that I'm not eating anything. So I have hypothyroidism. So now the only thing I eat when I watch a movie at home, because we cannot go to the cinema, would be a slice of apple or pear. Whew. Top three favorite movies. This is so cliche. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. No one can beat that movie. The second one, because I don't know why it's inspiring and entertaining for me at the same time. Legally Blonde. I really like that movie. And lastly, because it makes me laugh several times, it would be White Chicks. If that movie was new today, it won't make it because it has a lot of inappropriate jokes, but to be honest with you, it's still funny. I love horror movies, and the movie that relaxes me, which is weird, when I'm not doing anything, I always play Conjuring in my background because it weirdly gives me peace of mind. So those students who are new to me, and if you want to learn non-specific scholarly items or non-textbook items from me, of course, follow Curious Thursday on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. That's where I get to teach students or anyone who wants to listen things that you won't find on the textbook. And I get to talk about trending topics, about beauty, about anything under the sun because I told you I love learning and I'm always curious about something, and when I learn something, I want to teach it to the world. So that is my online classroom. So please go ahead and follow me.